Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. New Zealand are champions of the inaugural World Test Championship. Kane Williamson's men defeated India by 8 wickets on a dramatic 6th day of the final at the Hampshire Bowl in Southampton. Resuming on 64 for 2, a lead of just 32, India were bowled out for 170 in their second innings. Tim Southee, 4 for 48, and Trent Boult, 3 for 39, were the chief wicket-takers for New Zealand. But it was player of the match Kyle Jamieson who broke the back of the Indian batting, removing Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara before the lead passed 40. Chasing 139 to win, New Zealand secured victory with 7 overs to spare. Kane Williamson ended not out on 52, while Ross Taylor, who hit the winning runs, finished on 47. The two shared an unbroken stand of 96 runs for the 3rd wicket after Ravi Ashwin's strikes left the Black Caps precariously placed at 44 for 2. This is what Tim Southee said of the win. The first World Test Championship winners sounds pretty good. There's been a lot of hard work gone into it. We never give up. There's a lot of heart in this side, so it's very satisfying to look back together on what we've achieved over the last few years. And this is what the India captain Virat Kohli had to say. This morning was the difference. The Kiwi bowlers executed their plans to perfection. They put us under pressure. We were 30 or 40 short to put them under serious pressure in the last innings. Well, our England-based correspondent, David Brook, covered the contest, and he joins us now to relive a memorable occasion for New Zealand's cricket. David, welcome.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mariah. Good to see you again.
Happy to have you, and of course a hearty congratulations to New Zealand. Let's talk about that complete effort from the team. Of course, today a very, very tight match, and of course New Zealand coming out the champions.
Indeed, it's got to be the greatest day in New Zealand's cricketing history. You know, memories of the World Cup final from 2 years ago receded today. As you know, it was a wonderful performance from New Zealand, and all credit to the way they've improved as a team. And the way that Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor took them over the line today. Many people said there was never going to be a result of this test match. We'd already lost 2.5 days to rain. But this was the 6th day. That people who want test cricket to be 4 days, this was the 6th day, the reserve day, where all the action happened. The weather cleared. We had a brief taste of like English summer. And 10-1 New Zealand were at the start of the day. Your correspondent had a little dip onto that. 10-1. And New Zealand, I thought, always had a good chance of winning. I didn't think it would be a draw. I thought these are two enterprising captains, Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor. Not like the England team that was so defensive the other day when they didn't chase that target. This was always going to be a run chase. However many New Zealand got, India got, New Zealand were going to chase them. And in the end, they didn't need to really put their foot down, but it was gripping stuff. Great occasion for Test cricket. And, you know, whilst the attention will be on New Zealand, India come out of this with a lot of credit. I mean, Virat Kohli's probably done more to put Test cricket back on the map in India. And there was a lot of Indian support today. We had 4,000 fans in the Hampshire Bowl. And I would say about a good sort of 80 to 90% of those would have been Indian supporters. And they made for a great atmosphere after so many games played in front of empty stands. It was great. It was a wonderful atmosphere. It was a special atmosphere, the first ever World Test Championship. I think it's really worked as a concept. The ICC will be delighted, and it's going to add, as Virat Kohli said at the end, it's going to add a lot more interest to Test cricket. But yeah, great. Full marks to New Zealand. They deserve to win.
Right, and I agree with you to an extent, because when India goes back into their homes or wherever they're heading, you know, and they do some introspection, they'll be very disappointed in their batting. Apart from Pants 41, you know, India batting sort of collapsed, and that's what caused them to lose today. What did you think about India's batting? And of course, what would they have to work on moving forward?
Well, it was definitely undercooked. If you think about it, they really, apart from some inter-squad cricket, they didn't really have a warm-up, whereas New Zealand arranged 2 test matches against England. So New Zealand had got adapted to conditions. So I think the problem with the Indian batsmen is they hadn't adapted to conditions, and they came into this match without any preparation. So
Right.
I don't think it's a long-term problem. I think, interestingly enough, Maria, they're not going home now. They're going to stay for a 2 to 3 week holiday.
Yeah.
They've been dismissed by Ravi Shastri, has given them 3 weeks off at ease. You're on leave, and they can do what they like. Many of them have friends and family here in England, and I'm sure that is a good move from Ravi Shastri. You might want to call them back in those, say, 1 or 2 days earlier now to make sure they're not undercooked for the first test against England. But that we've got to wait till August for that. But that promises to be a fascinating series, 5-test series, England-India, starting in August.
Definitely, and of course Virat Kohli, he named the team 2 days before they were actually set to play. Many people are saying, and this is what people would do after the match, find criticisms. Many people are saying he named the team too soon, especially because, he didn't evaluate the conditions. Did you feel he got it wrong? Did he get the 11 wrong?
He was asked that. The thing is, when you've got players of the caliber of Ashwin, Jadeja and Axar Patel to choose from, you really want to play all three. Playing two was a bit of a compromise anyway. They're such good bowlers. They offer you so much with the bat as all-rounders. Yes, in the benefit of hindsight, a fourth seamer might have been good. New Zealand got it probably right, but we just don't know. We just don't know. And it didn't come good for India. As you say, the batting let them down. Pant probably was the pick of the day with a sort of whirlwind 40. You have to applaud the enterprise of the Indian batsmen, though. They did go for their shots. They were trying to set up a target, and they weren't just playing out for the draw. New Zealand played enterprise in cricket as well. Kane Williamson, very popular captain. I guess, as you said, man of the match, Kyle Jameson, 5 wickets in the first innings, another 3 in the second. His spell today was the turning point, taking 2 wickets when it was really important that they made some breakthroughs. And that he got out Kohli again. It's been a great series for Kyle Jameson, alongside performances from Tim Southee, and of course the irrepressible Neil Wagner, who just runs up and gives you 110%. It's a great all-round team effort.
Yeah, David, we have to say that New Zealand is often an underestimated team, and maybe finally today they will get the respect that they deserve, because on production, results, and playing ability, they have to be, challenging India for genuinely being the best team in the world, which is what the World Test Championship sought to produce.
Absolutely right, Lance. That was the idea of the World Test Championship. And you have to say, as ideas go, this is a good one. I mean, I think there's a lot of interest from all over the world. And we saw a lot of demand for tickets here. It's something that the Indian supporters have got behind, whereas perhaps in recent years we haven't seen them so much at Test cricket, Lance. You tend to see the Indian supporters, coming out en masse for the white ball series, but this time they were there in force. I think this Test Match Championship has given greater narrative to Test matches. It matters more. There was definitely a lot riding on this today, and it's talk about a 3-match series or 2 semi-finals in the future. But I think the ICC have made a good initiative here. It's going to ignite and reignite interest in Test cricket, which remains the format of the game that pays for most things, actually, in the UK. They were happy to host this final. England might probably be looking to host it again, although they haven't been too lucky with the weather. It came good in the end.
Yeah, we have to say that it would have been the bowlers that propelled New Zealand to this particular result. But I can't let you leave, David, without saying something about Devon Conway, because we've seen him in the white ball game in the past couple of years, only his 3rd Test match this, but he looks pretty special, doesn't he, at 29 years old?
Absolutely. The only player to pass 50 in this match, Lance. And of course, we remember his double century on debut against England just 2 Test matches ago.
Yes.
And this is no rookie Kiwi. This is an experienced South African player who's played for years in South Africa in first-class cricket, who's qualified now in New Zealand after 3 years there. He was prolific in first-class cricket in both South Africa and New Zealand. He's a run machine.
Yeah,
he's a extremely attacking white ball player. That's where he was playing before he was called up to play Test cricket. So now he's shown that he can shine in all those formats. He's a real discovery.
Yeah, well, he has 111 first-class matches, over 7,000 runs, averaging 47, and has hit 1900s in first-class cricket. And I can't help but juxtapose those stats with what happens with the West Indies, where West Indies players with a handful of first-class matches get into a Test team with batting averages of 25 and 26. But BJ Watling now retires. He leaves on a good note, doesn't he?
Well, he does. He's a tough character and has bailed New Zealand out on many occasions. They didn't need his services today. Some would say he's at his best when New Zealand are in trouble and he has to dig them out with a gritty innings at 6 or 7. But he would have gone out today on a high. What a way to end your Test match career with an inaugural World Test Championship under your belt.
Yeah, David, always great talking to you. We'll be in touch.
Thanks, Lance. Great to talk to everyone.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, Mariah, to wrap the segment and this discussion, that Jasprit Bumrah, not a good advert for sportsmen getting married. We were making the point on the Zone office this morning that since he got married, he's not been very impressive. Today he scored 0 in both innings and failed to take a wicket in both innings. Jasprit Bumrah got married recently.
You know I still have to get married, right?
I'm just saying, but you're not a sports star. You're not a sports star. No, I'm saying...
No, but what if I have to marry a sports star? You're telling them that they shouldn't get married because...
to you, yeah. Okay.
So Lance is making things really, really bad for me here on the show. But...
So which sports star are you eyeing?
No, I'm not. I'm
not sure if you're still interested in James Harden, are you?
I'm not eyeing any, but that was just something for you. You have to think about me when you make these pronouncements on the show.
I'm just stating something that is worth some discussion, because he just got married recently, and this Jasprit Bumrah, who has been a terror for all batsmen over the world, fails to shine.
Maybe he's missing his wife. Maybe that's what it is. So I think the next game that he plays, he'll fire.
Okay. Still a lot more to come on the SportsMax Zone today, including some discussion on the Euro 2020 and the Jamaica Premier League football competition. Congrats again to New Zealand and Kane Williamson, big captain.